Black churches are burning. According to the AP, there have been a string of arson or suspected arson attempts, or I should say successful arson attempts at various black churches following, of course, the shooting in South Carolina by American terrorist Dylan Roof. Now, this is according to the AP. Federal authorities say they're investigating recent fires at predominantly black churches. Now, they also say the blazes do not appear to be related. I like how I think it's funny how they say that. Now, I'm not saying that people are in smoke-filled rooms, ironic, saying, okay, let's go and set this black church on fire. Then you, team 2, you hit this one, team 3 over here. That's what I think that's what they mean by they appear not to be related. However, it doesn't surprise me that we have different vigilante groups or lone wolves or whatever going out there and possibly starting some of these fires. Now, the FBI is looking into these. We don't know exactly the details of all these different fires, but I'm going to continue with this AP article by saying that a federal law enforcement official who spoke in a condition of anonymity said a Friday fire at a church in South Carolina, it didn't appear to be intentionally set. However, we're not exactly sure. Now, another fire set on Wednesday at Charlotte, North Carolina, appeared to be set by vandals, and investigators have found no graffiti or other evidence that it was racially motivated. Now, vandals. I would say that these are terror attacks. Now, you can disagree with me, but my rationale for calling it a terror attack, because it's obvious that arson is there to send a message. Now, remember back in the 1960s and the 1950s, you had strings of church burnings, African-American church burnings. Now, also, to kind of buttress my use of the word terrorist, imagine, if you will, if the Black Panthers were out there setting fires to white churches. Now, imagine the outrage. Terrorist, thug. I can't believe these thugs, these terrorists attacking our churches, attacking white churches. That would be plastered all over Fox News and all over the media. Now, surprisingly, this hasn't been getting a ton of media attention. It's been reported by a lot of independent outlets. The Young Turks, for example, us, and other smaller news organizations. CNN actually picked it up today and was like, it could be racially motivated, or it could be faulty wiring. Perhaps for the one in South Carolina, perhaps, where they don't think that it was started intentionally. But the one in Charlotte, North Carolina? I don't know. As I said, we don't know the facts of the case. We don't know the facts. We have to wait for them to get done with their investigations. But after what has happened over the fight with the Confederate flag and Dylan Roof, of course, and his racist manifesto, all the stuff that's been happening, I wouldn't be surprised if these are racially motivated. You're going to tell me that it's a coincidence that all of these black churches, not so soon after a terrorist attack against that killed 9 churchgoers during a Bible study, and then the subsequent ripping down of the Confederate flag, you're going to tell me that that's a coincidence? I'm not going to buy it. However, I am going to wait for the facts to come out. But personally, I don't buy it. I do think that this is, it has to be racially motivated. Now, just imagine, though, as well, here's another scenario, that if it were a Muslim going and burning churches, attacking churches. Once again, media freak out and immediately calling whoever did this a terrorist. Why is it that we take so long and that we're so careful and that we're so quiet about when black churches are attacked? Why is that? And why is it that black leaders are always told we must forgive after something like this happens? If you remember the judge in Dylan Roof's case, you must forgive, forgive, forgive. Well, at this point, with everything that the African American community continues to go through, I don't know about this whole forgiveness thing. I think they have the right to not forgive. And those who do, they're better people than I. Because certainly I would not be one to forgive.